The two of you have found, a really important bond, and that this marriage has been a hugely important development in your life.
It's been a big reason of why I'm coming back and I'm successful at this. I think she is definitely the reason. There'd be no story without her. She just ties it all together. I mean, she giving me substance to talk about. She's the person that I'm learning to love unconditionally, start a family with. So, regardless if I sell another record, I mean, I have a lot of peace just knowing that I have the rest of my life to build a relationship with a solid foundation, trust and patience and all the things that go into building a healthy relationship.
When I listen to the sort of what's been said from either of you, it's been documented in the series, but also what you've said, it sounds like both of you to some degree knew it was right, but you were both had to go and sort of, in your own way, sort of confirm or qualify that was the case.
Right.
How did you know? And there's a song on the album which really refers to that, which is that's what real love is,
Yeah.
And how did you kind of know?
I'd let her know prior to the tour when we were hanging a lot. I said, listen, I'm still really hurt and still trying to figure out my way. And I'm not ready to make a commitment to you in a way that, I just don't want to say something and do the opposite, because I was at the point where I'd done that in the past, and I just was like honest with her. It was like, I'm not in a place to, be faithful and all this sort of stuff that I wanted to be, but I just wasn't there yet. And
what was hurting you at the time? You said you were still hurt.
I think I was just hurt from my previous relationship. I think I still was dealing with a lot of unforgiveness and all that sort of stuff. So to be honest, I don't think I even knew what I was really struggling with at the time. I don't think I knew I was dealing with unforgiveness. I was just in a place where I knew I didn't want to tell her one thing, and I felt like she respected me at the time, and I had a lot of respect for her. And so I just didn't want to say something and then she'd see me off doing some other thing. And so, but either way, she loved me, and seeing me with other people hurt her. And so with that being said, she went out and did things that hurt me. And so it was just this hurt. I've hurt her, she hurt me. And then before tour, we just really stopped talking. I was really upset. And rather than, before that, in my previous relationship, I went off and just went crazy and went wild, just was, being reckless. This time I took the time to really build myself and focus on, me, and try to make the right decisions and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, I got better. And so she would reach out to people that were that we knew.
Check in on you.
And check in, and she would get you'd hear, right? You'd hear oh, he's doing so well. And she would be so pissed off because she's like, he's not doing well without me. Just, normal, right? Normal.
Facts.
Yeah.
Right? And
if you want to think you're happy for someone, it sucks to hear that they're happy without you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so she would hear this, right? And you'd hear this, and it would just be, you'd just be like, what? He's doing well?
But in a way, you're kind of trying to get better because you recognize there's something that is unresolved here in a weird way.
Right. I just didn't know what the heck was going on. And so I really took a deep dive in my faith, to be honest.
When did you realize that it was time for you to reconnect with Haley, and that you had gotten to a place when you knew that you could potentially actually pursue something substantial?
I just felt there was a lot of resolution in my life. I'd seen her at an event, and I'd seen her with a baby, and something just clicked, and I was like, wow, she's the one. I'd kind of decluttered some of my past, and I was able to see really clearly, and I just seen her across the room. She was holding a baby, and I just seen the nurturing look in her eyes toward this baby, and I was like, I want the mother of my children to look at a baby the way that she was, and the way she was carrying it, and I just seen something so special, and I just was like, I want that, and I knew that she could offer that to me. Yeah.
It was a great story.
Thank you.
How quick was it after that?
It was
Seemed pretty quick.
It was very quick. It was a couple months later, I popped the question, and then it was a couple months later, we got married.
Were you nervous before you popped the question?
I was. I mean, that's a big commitment. And my parents were never married, so I never had that. I never got to see what that really looked like. So I'm like, can I even do this? Do I even know what it looks like to do this? But I just felt like God was saying, I'll show you. I'll show you how to do it. Just trust. So I just trusted him and just let him, lead the way, and committed to her. And
I didn't realize your parents weren't married.
yeah, my parents weren't married. No.
So that's a huge step to take, given that the situation from which you came, there's no kind of...
Married. I'm friggin' married now, and I got the best wife in the world. She supports me through so much. I'm really honored to be her husband, and I just...
Really? You've made a whole album about it.
Yeah, and there's more to come. I mean, I want to continue to write about what it looks like to be... It's, this is an album I wrote in the first year of our marriage, so it's like, it's so fresh, and there's so much more to learn about commitment and, building trust and foundation. I'm looking forward to continuing to build and make music that's going to reflect that.
That's what's great about Changes. It's a honeymoon record.
Yeah.
It's a honeymoon record.
Yeah, exactly.
It would be...
I think what comes priority first is that lady over there and building my relationship with her, because I think she teaches me about all that sort of stuff.
Like what? What does she really taught? What are some of the key kind of growths that you've experienced by being in a relationship like this?
I think she just teaches me, there's so much. I mean, patience is a big thing. At the end of the day, it's like I chose to be with her forever. So understanding that, just patience is a big, big thing.
Is he impatient?
Is he impatient?
Yeah.
Not necessarily. I think I've been quite impatient with him at times.
I think we both have, I think everybody has a tendency, like you said, a human condition. Everybody's can be impatient.
And the big step, and I got to ask it because there's baby sounds on the record, and it's like really, it's cool hearing those. And I wonder kind of where you stand, or how you feel about starting a family, and in particular coming from a family that was unorthodox in an environment that wasn't normal, or whatever a normal family is. How you feel about starting your own?
I want to start my own family in due time. I want to enjoy being married for a little bit, go on tour, be married, enjoy traveling with just us, build more of our relationship. And I think, that is definitely the next step for sure.
What kind of...
Love is patient, love is kind, love doesn't envy, love doesn't boast, love isn't self-seeking, love isn't arrogant. Love is, what Haley and I are doing every day, is waking up in the morning and making the decision to... we have all these, everyone has selfish desires, everybody has bad thoughts, but just pushing those aside and saying, I'm not gonna indulge in that because I have something, you give me something that I want more than those things.